Hey Capricorns, and welcome to your July 2017 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky, and I'm here to give you guys hopefully another amazing reading for your month ahead. I think for you Capricorns right now, you're kind of like out of the spotlight. You're kind of operating behind the scenes or kind of like beneath everyone else because I haven't heard from y'all. Like, I haven't heard from Capricorns. I haven't really talked to Capricorn people that I've known for a long time. I don't know what y'all are going through. Well, I do know what you're going through because I can see your cards in the spread, but for posterity's sake, I don't know what y'all are going through. You guys are really separated. You're really trying to find something that is organic within yourselves, and you have been on this journey for quite a long time now. I feel like ever since I started my channel, I've seen this energy present for you guys, and it's been very shifting for other signs, but for you guys it's been building, and it's really building up for the time that I feel when Saturn will go into your sign at the end of 2017, and you will finally be able to forge something really amazing, I feel. But right now, Capricorns, you guys are in a place of understanding your ego, of understanding other people's egos. You're recovering and rejuvenating. I feel this is why you're out of the spotlight, because you have like wounds that needed time to heal, and you needed time to establish defense for yourself. Like, I feel like not many people come to your defense, because I know one Capricorn video that I did where I defended you guys, there were so many comments like, wow, I never feel defended, thank you for defending me, which kind of made me like hurt for y'all, because I was really proud to defend you, but it really made me see like how undefended you guys are and how much you kind of have to fend for your own because of your really lovely compliments and reactions to my defense of you. So I think that you're out of the spotlight because you feel like not many people would come to your aid if something happened to you. I think you feel like if kind of one thing went wrong, it would be like a domino effect and everything would kind of collapse around you. And there's like a protection that I sense actually around you right now, Capricorn, and it's really nice. What I have known of Capricorns in my own personal life, they've been in like really kind of like dangerous scenarios almost, but I feel like nobody else could have gotten through it in the way that they have, and I think that you are the same. The collective Capricorn is the same as well, where it's like, yes, it's difficult, but it took your ability to get through it in the first place. You guys do have luck on your side. You have the Wheel of Fortune in your reading, and you have energy. You have like Six of Wands and Page of Wands energy. So there is an inspiration and a motivation to do something. I do feel like a lot of you may sort of be at the apex, as some other signs are, of like a really new big expense or a big project, but it's not yet happened and it's still in the works and it's still, becoming what it has to become. So it's like you're kind of waiting to shoot into the distance. Like, you're still trying to find a barrel for your proverbial bullet, if you know what I mean. You have a lot established, but you just don't know how to aim it or how to shoot it. Especially for those of you with like Sagittarius, because that sounds like a very Sagittarian Saturn type of thing to be experiencing. So I feel that a lot of you may have the Saturn retrograde hitting you in some way right now. Overall, it will be a really good time to create relationships that you do feel defended with, because when Saturn does go into your sign, like, all your relationships will probably be questioned in a completely new way. I don't feel that it will be as hard as it is right now, but it's going to be more distinct and more obvious. There's something that's like not very obvious about your relationships right now, like something that seems uninterpretable. And I feel that once Saturn gets out of Sag and moves into Capricorn, there will be a lot more like direct, blunt understanding of how things are. But with Saturn and Sagittarius, it's like you can change your perspective or your understanding or the way that you think about something, and all of a sudden everything has changed. All of a sudden the way that somebody feels about you is completely different just by looking at it differently. It's really honestly been like a very conundrum type of time for me as an energetic worker to understand, like, how do I present something? How do I say something? How do I articulate this in a way that makes sense? Because I just end up having to articulate it in every way possible that I can think of, because with Saturn and Sag, it's like every way happens. Every single opportunity is happening. So you guys are that. You're one step ahead of that. So I feel that you're taking this time to generate power. You're taking this time to recharge and rejuvenate, to prepare yourself for the end of the year, because a lot of you will have something really amazing unfold, or some kind of really amazing project that you have to like kind of step into the place of, the really ambitious person. So it will be good to take this time to gain your energy and sort of be like a camel storing water with like energy or water or whatever, like really store it up so you can unleash it later. because you guys are building something, with Eight of Pentacles. It's like you're really putting your heart and soul into some kind of endeavor, or into some kind of project, into something that's really profound for you. But at the same time, you feel like people are tearing that apart, or you feel like people aren't giving it the support that it deserves, which kind of pushes you to understand what you really even are, because you want that independence. You don't want to be caught up in that energy field of relying on other people, but you sense that something's like not organic, and not organic within yourself. So you like want support from other people, and you want defense from other people. And it's not necessarily just because you feel inorganic or inauthentic. You just like see how much more you could give to other people, or how much you have to give, and it's not being reciprocated. So I feel that your challenge in July, Capricorn, is to find inspiration despite. Just as simple as that. Finding inspiration despite whatever, despite the variable, despite this and that. Being able to motivate yourself for you. Because I actually feel like a lot of Capricorn's motivation up until very recently has come from other people, because you're always supporting somebody. You're always like the head of the household, or the breadwinner, or helping somebody to get by. So you've always had like the well-being of others to prop you up, like knowing that you have to do something for somebody else. And that always gets you to do it, and you do it well. But now that you're in a situation where you have to do something for yourself, and it's not so much other people relying on you, it's like a whole nother arena for your experience, because it's different. It's different because Capricorn can be associated with the archetype of the martyr, or the sacrificer, or doing sacrificing your energy for the well-being of others. But that's not the case right now. Some of you can be there, true, but through that you have to understand what's in it for you and what you have to gain, because you have to build something strong within yourself. Anyways, I want to go ahead and look at this from the week to week and understand more specifically what's happening to you guys. Week number 1, the moon reversed, rooted down by 4 of swords. There's been some kind of secret or lie or misspeaking of something that happened in the past that you're really like taking time to ruminate on, that you're really taking time to ponder, and it could even be a little bit obsessive. I feel that you guys might be dwelling on something in the first week. I think that you might be struggling with insomnia, or some kind of like paranoia, or some kind of like shortness of breath. Not that there's really anything wrong with you, but it's like you're really thinking about the ins and outs of everything. Like you're thinking about like, how do I breathe? Why do I breathe? What's going on with me, and what's going on with them? And I just need to know all the answers. I see you wanting to know answers. And rather than really going forth and confronting everybody, you're like pulling back and giving yourself solitude, because you know that it's like either you won't get the answers, or the answers will be too much. Like you're facing something that's very discouraging, or you face the fear of discouragement right now, where if you found out how things actually were, you fear that you would just kind of like isolate yourself. So it feels like you're kind of, what's the saying? You are putting it out of its misery. Like rather than giving yourself the difficult scenario and then isolating yourself, you're just like isolating yourself, which I mean isn't all good, but you can again charge so that you can in the future have like all this power, store up the energy. You've got to be able to not like expend a lot of energy while you're resting or in solitude, though. You've got to be able to enjoy your solitude, or enjoy your alone time, because I think that a lot of the secrets that hurt you, or a lot of the lies from the past, or the codependent relationships, had to do with like when you were alone in the relationship. Like if you were cheated on, or whatever it was, you feel a similar energetic pattern to like where you are now in isolation or solitude, to the period of time like when you were put through a very difficult situation. So you're kind of having to reform your relationship with solitude right now in the first week. In the second week, you guys have Queen of Pentacles rooted down by 6 of Wands. I feel that this is your drive for something more organic, or your need to create something within yourself that's more authentic. I feel that some of you want to move. There's some kind of desire for mobility, because you do have 2 6s in your readings, which are numbers associated with mobility and movement. I feel that you guys are having a restructure of your ego, like how you need to be painted by other people comes up this month for sure. You are kind of proud of yourself for something, which I'm proud that you guys are proud of yourself. That's really good, because Capricorn has struggled to take pride in something that they do. So if you're feeling proud of yourself for something, you're on the right track. If there's nothing that you really feel proud of about yourself or your identity or what you're accomplishing, then there's a problem. And there's a need to find something very quickly that you're proud of. Like, what can you show yourself in the second week that you did a really good job on? What can you give yourself a pat on the back for in the second week? Also, some of you may be getting the new relationship in the second week. It could be because it seems like you're very attractive. People are seeing you as like this very potentially wealthy, energetic, attractive person with the Six of Wands, even if that's not how you feel at all. Like, that's kind of how you come off to people right now. So you can be very attractive during this time. Also, with Page of Wands being your central theme, it's like people are very attracted to you, as I'm saying, because Page of Wands represents the sex drive and the passion and urges and power. It can also be like artistic endeavors as well and creative projects. So you come off as a very like attractive, sexy, passionate, artistic person, even if that feels completely opposite to who you are. People are almost attracted to you to their demise, because I sense that some of you are not wanting to really date, or the people that are expressing attraction for you are like not your type at all. And I feel like that's giving you a new kind of discouragement. It's like the people that you want to be with aren't giving you the time of day, but you get like a lot of attention from people that you won't give the time of day. There needs to be a redimension or reformation of what gets the time of day in your life. Because I'm not saying to like give these people the time of day because there's something about them that you don't like, or something that feels negative to you, and you've got to trust your instinct on that. But if you feel like you're not attracting in the people, or you're not able to get the type of people that you want right now, it's a sign that there's a cycle within you that's repeating and that needs to continue this difficult circumstance to learn something. It's like, or prove something to yourself. Like, this cycle that's been going on for a long time has to end, or has to like become something new for you. In the third week, you guys have Wheel of Fortune rooted down by Six of Pentacles. So I feel that you're getting a dose of karma back from the codependent relationship that you were in. And I don't feel that it's bad karma. I feel that it's very positive. You guys can have the payday here. Everyone's getting Wheel of Fortune. So I feel that July is going to be like an economic overhaul everywhere, because everybody's like getting a lot of money in July. Everybody's getting more than they expect, it seems like. And it won't necessarily be a lot more, but there's like more luck, more desire, more abundant energy to manifest money. But this can also be like lottery, or it can just be luck in general. You can gamble and win something during this time. But I feel like you are given a sum of money, or you get something, and it makes you think about like what you would have gotten or how you would have used it when you were still with that person. Because there's something about codependent relationships that are affecting your money or your sense of luck or expansion. Because and this could be for like some of the Capricorns who are coupled or married. I feel that you are having a lot of financial issues in the marriage, or like the opinion about how money is spent is very volatile and very unsupportive, and somebody feels like the other person is spending too much. And this means you've got to find new passion. You've got to find a new frontier for the relationship, because when you see something go out of alignment, like opinions on expenditure of anything, whether it be money or energy or emotions, whatever, when you see a volatility there, as I'm saying, it's a sign that, we can go back to the negative cycles. But for relationships, I feel like it's more of a bored thing. Like, there's a boringness, so we're going to like fight and argue and create some kind of friction through this if we can't have it in another way. So you've got to reinvent the relationship in some way. If you can't, it has to end, and it has to end very quickly during this time, because there has to be something good during July for you, Capricorn. There has to be something that's not hard, something that's not a martyrdom situation, something that's not like comparing your sacrifices as your goods or something. Because going into the fourth week, you guys have Queen of Swords reversed. You're down by Eight of Pentacles. You feel like people aren't supporting your projects or aren't supporting your goals. So you've got to change the people, because what you're building is really nice. What you're trying to do for the people that you love is really nice. But more importantly, what you're doing for yourself is really nice. You've got to keep it up, and you've got to find a new mode of inspiration for it. You've got to find a new muse, potentially. You've got to find a workspace or a new train of thought or new routine or regimen to allow yourself the time to build this product. For the entrepreneurs out there who are Capricorns, you've got to step into like the place of actually getting it done. Now is not the time with Saturn retrograde to think lofty dreams about what things could be in the future. Now it's not really a time to even be thinking about like the future, really. It's about really like doing it and sitting down and getting your hands dirty and actually putting effort in, because we're not healing right now from thinking so much about where we could be. We're healing from like actual things with our hands and like things clicking through, like making something tangible. And that's something that I've personally been struggling with a lot, because I tend to like overplan the future, and I tend to always like idealize where I'm going or where I'll be, and I can kind of lose track of the present. And I've really found that just sitting down doing it without that much planning or without that much thought about the process is actually a very rewarding process right now. So I feel that you guys can actually gain a lot from that. Okay, and the way that the Queen of Swords reversed is rooting that, or is holding that up, is again, like if you're too organized or too thought-oriented or too logical about how you're producing, there's a problem, because Queen of Swords is in reverse, which is telling me that some of you are just like thinking way too much about your next goal, your next project. And even for the non-entrepreneur Capricorns out there, if you're trying to build the relationship, or you're trying to build whatever it is, you've got to like start thinking less and start doing more, because you're like really stuck in your head about something. There seems to be something that can inspire you. Page of Wands is your central theme, and that's like a burst of energy. It's sort of like the match, the spark of the match to the firework. It's not the firework, it's not the explosion, but it's like the match. So get ready. It's, again, charge up your energy, light the match, and prepare for your sort of firework-like explosion to happen for yourself soon, Capricorns. I love you guys. I'm really hoping that you find people who are in it for you too, and who aren't just trying to pull you down or give you a bad experience. Not that people really try to do that to you, but you know, you've been so used to that you kind of unknowingly attract it in, but you're not anymore. So it's time to like sort of do some housekeeping about the relationships, or with the relationships that still evoke that within you. So anyway, as I'm saying, you guys are so important to me. Thank you so much for your comments, likes, and subscribes. If you haven't subscribed, I would so much appreciate that. And if you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can click the center of your screen now. Also, since we're going into Cancer time and it's very reflectionary, I've provided the last few months of videos on the screen right now for you to go back and look if you would like to. I so appreciate you guys. Much love, and I'll be talking to you in August. Bye.